Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Aimee here. So today we're going to talk about what I intend to read for the month of August. We are already in the month of August, but I actually have not started a TBR for August yet. As I'm filming this, it is the 5th. I'm actually still like on the tail end of reading a book I started in July, so a little late in the game. But anyway, here we are. I don't know how well I'm going to do this month because I kind of have a secret TBR planned, but it's possible that may not be able to go up till next month. Anyway, I have to see how the month goes with life and work and just busyness in general, and you know, just who knows how it's gonna go. But anyway, I have 8 books here that I feel like these are going to be what I want to pick up for the month of August. I'm not going to do my Mail romance jar because I actually have some that I really want to read, and so I want to read those instead of picking something from my jar. It's just the mood I'm in. Now, I didn't get to this book in the month of July, which was on I picked it from the jar. This is Hills Overhead by Elise Springer. I knew I wanted a copy of this book. I've heard really good things about this book, so I ordered it, got it in my hands, and since it's a Mail romance revolving around swimmers, I thought it'd be perfect for summer. And I do really want to get to it since I didn't get to it in the month of July. So this one is about 2 guys, Jeremy Reeve and Brandon Evans. Reeve is one of the best divers in the world, and he's worked hard to get where he is. He intends to keep pushing himself with one very clear goal in mind: winning the gold at the Summer Olympics in 2 years. And then we have Brandon Evans. He's everything Jeremy isn't. He's carefree, outgoing, and openly gay. With his bright blue eyes and dramatic tattoos, he's a temptation that Jeremy refuses to acknowledge. But Jeremy can't ignore how talented Brandon is, or that Brandon has no interest in using his diving skills to compete. They're opposites who are forced to work together as teammates, but Jeremy's fear of his own sexuality and Brandon's disinterest in anything not fun may end their partnership before it begins, until a single moment changes everything and they help each other discover that team can only mean family and love. I was hoping to find an audio on this, but there is no audio, so, and it's a big one. So we'll see how it goes. It's next on my list. And then I do want to continue with the Briggs Ferry Bay series. I did read Keegan's Focus in the month of July, so we'll talk about that in my July wrap up. But I do want to continue on with Callens Atlas, and this one's written by Kay Webster, so I'm super excited to get back to this, to her writing. And it kind of makes me look like I'm 50%, maybe a little bit better into this series. Let's see if I can find an actual picture of what this book looks like. Okay, yes, this is Callens Atlas. Love the cover. It's also kind of got the rainbow effect going on in the cover. So this is the 3rd book in the series. It says a steamy and emotional age gap Mail romance. Now, we do meet Callen in the 1st book and share a secret because he is Dante's little brother. It says, when we moved from New York to Maine, life was supposed to get easier, not harder. Each day the darkness closes in around me more and more. Black clothes, black mood, black thoughts, black eyeliner. The color in my life bled from me months ago and never came back until him. Atlas Larson, newest cop on the BFB police force. Ooh, so we get a new cop. Nice. Atlas is rebellious, bossy, mouthy brute who likes to provoke me. Every encounter starts with heat and ends with an argument. He reminds me of who I once was and shows me who I'm meant to be. I crave to leave this town once and for all, but now that I've found the courage to do it, the arrogant jerk with a badge might find a way to keep me here in his arms forever. So I'm excited to get back to Kay Webster's writing, excited to get into Callens' story. I would also love a story from Jackson's brother from the first book as well. I really liked his character in the first book. So anyway, Callens Atlas. So then I got a email from Audible stating that Orange, book 2 of the Pride High series by J. Bell, was out on audio. So of course I'm like, okay, I have to continue this series because I absolutely loved the first book and meeting all the characters. So I'm not sure where we're gonna go with this one, but I love the cover. Adorable. Welcome back to Pride High, where the delicious drama continues. Ricky tries to sort through his feelings for Diego. Diego, I don't think I mentioned him in my wrap-up when I was talking about this, but Diego was a very minor character in the first book. He was sort of like, he seemed like he was maybe a bully, but he ends up to be more of like a, maybe not necessarily a hero, but just a good guy. But anyway, we didn't get much of him in the first book, just got like a general idea of maybe who he might be. So I'm anxious to get more about Diego, so I'm excited about that. But it says Diego is the hot guy who has been bullying Ricky and ends up in the middle of a feud. Anthony and Cameron, now a couple, must navigate first times and coming out. Sylvia finds herself questioning her feelings for Omar when someone else catches her eye. Mindy finally gets to go on a date with a boy who isn't gay. She was so cute in the first book. She was like in love with all the gay dudes, and they would have to eventually tell her like, sorry, I'm gay. Love is in the air, but so are the holidays, pressure from parents, drunken parties, and way too many well-meaning lies. It's going to be an interesting year. J. Bell successfully mixes playful banter, memorable characters, and mature issues in the continuing Pride series as a group of queer teenagers try to figure out who they are and who they love. So excited. Okay, so I talked about this series because the 4th book comes out very soon. It's the Alabaster Penitentiary by Nyla Kay. This is the first book, Distorted. I'm just really curious, and I really want to get into this series because I loved For the Fans so much. I need more Nyla Kay, and with this 4th book coming out, it's just got me interested in this series and like, what's it gonna be? This one says, this is Alabaster Penitentiary, where they send you when the world thinks you're dead, and trust me, you'll wish you were. Where the stain on society, the freaks, the creeps, your favorite Netflix documentaries come to life. They lock us up and throw away the key because we deserve it. But not me. I'm just a lowly bank robber. I don't belong here, surrounded by psychopaths and killers with no remorse. At least, I don't think I do. Unfortunately for me and my fellow prisoners, those in charge are more dangerous than we are. The guards run the show, and I seem to have caught the attention of the most twisted one. I don't want to read too much into it. She does have a big thing that says do not read or post spoilers. So I don't want to say too much more, but it does say Distorted is the first book in the Alabaster Penitentiary series. It is a full male-male romance with a happily ever after. Each book in the series is technically a standalone, though they are interconnected, so it will be recommended to read in order, as I will do, as references to the story will be made in future books. Distorted is intended for mature audiences and open-minded readers only. If you prefer the same old story, this book won't be for you. This story is dark, probably darker for some than others, so please proceed with caution. And if you're easily triggered, steer clear. You've been warned. That just makes me want to read it even more. All right, those are the male-male romances that I chose, or that I feel like I want to read or listen to for the month of August. Anyway, we're moving on to mystery thrillers. I don't want to get too behind in my book of the month, so I picked 2 to read this month. And because my OCD brain does not let me read out of order of which I have gotten the books, these are the two I will be reading. So I have the writing retreat, which I kind of wanted to wait for more colder weather, because I mean, the cover is giving me like snowy vibes. I kind of wanted to wait and read it then, but like I said, my OCD brain just will not let me read out of order. So we're gonna do it. And I hear it's really good, so I'm anticipating it as well. This one says it's a claustrophobic and a propulsive thriller exploring the dark side of female relationships and fame. Alex has all but given up on her dreams of becoming a published author when she receives a once-of-a-lifetime opportunity: attend an exclusive month-long writing retreat at the estate of feminist horror writer Rosa Vallow. Even the knowledge that Rin, her former best friend and current rival, is attending doesn't dampen her excitement. But when the attendees arrive, Rosa drops a bombshell. They must all complete an entire novel from scratch during the next month, and the author of the best one will receive a life-changing 7-figure publishing deal. So it looks like we have very much isolated type of thriller here. It says we have some strange happenings at the estate, some erratic behavior, some cruel mind games. I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm so ready for spooky season. So hopefully this is gonna jumpstart fall. I'm ready. And then I chose The Soulmate. This is by Sally Hepworth. I've actually never read anything from this author. This is, I believe, this author's debut novel. But I didn't hear great things from this book, so I'm a little leery, but we'll see. This one says, prepare yourself for a thrilling, addictive novel about marriage, betrayal, and the secrets that push us to the edge. This author also wrote The Good Sister and The Younger Wife, which I have not read. It says, picture a lovely cottage on a cliff with sloping lawns, walking paths, and beautiful flowers. It's Gabe and Pippa Wright's dream home in a sleepy coastal town. But their perfect house hides something sinister. The tall cliffs have become a popular spot for people to end their lives. Over the past several months, Gabe comes to their rescue, literally talking them off the cliff. Until one day, he doesn't. As the perfect facade of their marriage begins to crack, the deepest and darkest secrets begin to unravel. Because sometimes the most convincing lies are the ones we tell ourselves. It sounds really interesting. What happens when love pushes you to the edge is what the little blurb here says. We'll give it a go and see what happens. I also, spoiler alert, read The Kind Worth Killing for the month of July. So I really wanted to go into The Kind Worth Saving by Peter Swanson. I hear it's really good. You'll hear my thoughts on The Kind Worth Killing in my July wrap up. This one says, a private eye starts to follow a possibly adulterous husband, but little does he know that the twisted trail will lead back to the woman who hired him. Now I'm wondering if this has anything to do with our characters in the first book. I don't see any. Oh, yeah. I do see a name in here that is in the first book. But it says, there was always something slightly dangerous about Joan. So when she turns up at private investigator Henry Kemble's office asking him to investigate her husband, he can't help feeling ill at ease. Just the sight of her stirs up a chilling memory. He knew Joan in his previous life as a high school English teacher when he was at the center of a tragedy. Suddenly it feels like the past is repeating itself, and Henry must go back to one of the worst days of his life to uncover the truth. Okay, I'll stop right there because Henry Kimball is actually the detective we follow in the first book. Now, I'm probably late to the game in the first book. Y'all might already know this character. But he is the detective in the first book. And it does go on to say something about Lily Kentner, who is also from the first book. So we'll just stop there. So we do have a new character, but I'm wondering if her story is going to link with some of our other characters in the first book. So I'm just really curious and to get into the second story. So we'll see. And then lastly, for the month of August, I chose Little Secrets by Jennifer Hillier. I actually got this for one of the Prime Day deals. I saw it was on sale for like $7.99 or something. And I have yet to read it. And I hear this is like one of her good ones. So definitely want to check it out. And I'm excited to get to it. So that's why it's for the month of August. And I'm so ready for spooky reads, and I'm just so ready. This one says, all it takes to unravel a life is one little secret. Marin had the perfect life. Married to her college sweetheart, she owns a chain of upscale hair salons, and Derek runs his own company. They're admired in their community and are a loving family until their world falls apart the day their son, Sebastian, is taken. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much because there could possibly be some spoilers up in here, but it does say, no, I won't even say that. Anyway, this is going to be a missing child type of story, but some dark secrets start to come up later. I'm excited about this one. It sounds really, really good. I just hope that's not too spoilery what I just read on the back. Not the first part that you're gonna hear, but the second part that I read to myself. I don't think so, but I feel like it gives more to the story than we need to know. Anyway, this is what I planned for the month of August, plus the other three male romances that I don't currently have with me. So I'm excited for the month of August. Let me know in the comments what you'll be reading for the month of August. So many good recent thrillers, mystery thrillers have come out, and I'm just really excited to get into those. So who knows how this month is going to go, but I am excited for all the ones that I have chosen. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Thank y'all so much for watching. As always, hope y'all all doing well out there, staying cool in these very hot temperatures. We are above the 100s, I believe, and with the humidity it feels like 110 or something like that. Something crazy. It's insane. Hugs from me all around, y'all, and I'll see y'all very soon in a new video. Bye, y'all.